Alrighty. This is exciting. Podcast number 2.
Podcast number 2.
Woo!
Can you hear the outdoors? Do I need to close this window? I hope not. It's hot. It's Arizona.
It is very hot. I think it's fine, at least for now. Fullmetal Alchemist, part 2.
Part 2. Since the first one, it's been 2 weeks, I think?
I think 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
I think in the first one, we talked about the pandemic a little bit.
A little bit. We talked mostly about Twilight Princess.
Good game.
It's a very great game. We talked a lot about a couple of different things, honestly.
Well, hey, since we're on it, before we get to Fullmetal Alchemist, which that finale I did not feel...
Should we say garbage eggs? Garbage eggs.
Garbage eggs, hey.
Garbage eggs.
Garbage.
Eggs.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome to the garbage eggs.
Sorry, we're copying one of our favorite podcasts.
There's a lot
Just
of them.
because they're great comedians.
They really are. What were you saying? Before we get to the finale of Fullmetal Alchemist?
Oh, Nintendo. I mean, we got into a lot of super nerdy shit.
Oh, Unite?
Oh, God.
Fuck that.
You really want to talk about that,
I'm just so disappointed. I'm disappointed that they were like, we're building up to this big thing. It's going to be next.
Hold on. What are you uniting?
What they said in the trailer was they're uniting because it's a team.
No. What are you uniting?
Shut up. With
No. You have to say a title so fans know.
Pokemon Unite.
Okay. Oh, you guys already knew. I just wanted her to say it.
Pokemon Unite. It's so... Because, okay, alright. I would have been...
copyright.
I would have been totally... I'm fine with Pokemon Smile, even though that's an infinitely more stupid game. Because they just told us about it. But with Pokemon Unite, they were like, we're going to have... I have a big thing I'm really excited to tell you about. It's going to be next week. It's happening. It's next week. You're going to spend all week theorizing and speculating. You're going to get your hopes up. And guess what? It's a fucking MOBA, bitch. It's going to be the same 5 Pokemon we always have. Charizard, Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Gengar, and Lucario. Figure that shit out. Have fucking fun. Fuck you.
Hey, you got, Flame Talon? Talonflame?
Talonflame?
Yeah.
100 plus Pokemon, and you're using the same fucking 7 of them over and over again?
100 plus Pokemon.
I said 800 plus.
Oh, I heard 100.
No, 800. Almost 900 plus.
Oh boy, you can't do math.
Also, how fucking disappointing is it that Slowpoke is the only new Galarian form with the Shield update?
That is, honestly.
That's infinitely disappointing to me. Like, I thought we were gonna have, at least 3. At least something. I can only hope the Frozen Tundra one has more, but honestly, with how Isle of Armor went, I'm not expecting anything.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the fans are gonna be like, you need to do a spin-off only of Pokemon.
Wouldn't it be great if we had like an adult Pokemon show? Like a mature, even if we went back to Kanto, which I'm tired of seeing Kanto over and over and over again.
Kanto.
Whatever. Even if we went back to Kanto.
Hey guys, write it in or figure out which one's the right way to say it. I'm pretty sure it's Kanto.
Kanto or Kanto. Spell it out phonetically in the comments.
If it's Kanto, down thumb it.
If it's Kanto, down thumb it. And then just down thumb this video.
And just hate us.
just leave and shit talk us.
Walk away feeling like a better person.
Yep, that's all you need, really. No, even I would love imagine the Pokemon Tower, but it's done like a mature.
I know, you were talking about Let's Go as Johto.
I don't expect it. I really don't, honestly.
I know, but once he said that, my mind started going off, and I was like, holy, I would love to go back.
Johto is my favorite generation. Without a doubt. I love Johto.
It's not my favorite gen. But...
What is your favorite gen?
Well...
Enlighten us, would you?
Unova.
Unova?
It's about America. I love America.
Not Hoenn? Not any of them?
No, my favorite generation is Unova. My favorite game is Emerald. If you guys are with me, Emerald all the way.
Emerald is definitely...
Rayquaza. That's the way you say it. do not argue.
Rayquaza. But no, that makes sense. Rayquaza. But
as a kid, I said Rayquaza.
Johto's my favorite. Heart Gold is my favorite game. It's
a good game.
I know what all the trainers have. Like, no matter what trainer I run into, like, I know what Pokemon they have already. Because I've played that game so many times.
Oh, God. Fuck that bitch, Whitney.
Fuck her, right? Like, now that we've said that, we're gonna get like 100 comments. Are like, "Oh, I beat her. It's super easy. First try. Hippaga. Alright, shut the fuck up. But she's.
What, you guys using Game Sharks in 2020?
I have an entire team of only fighting type female Pokemon. It's so easy.
I got a fucking Lucario, bro.
I beat her so easy.
I mega evolved it.
Does that help?
Which is dead, by the way.
Are you impressed with me now that I beat Whitney in one try?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
The idea is she's supposed to be hard. And it is a hard fight, because it's a female Miltank, and most of your Pokemon you catch are male. Like.
Oh, I thought. Okay. I was like, wow, we got really sexist here.
No. No. Because your starter is male. So anything you start, because it'll just attract.
Yeah, no, the statistics are stacked against you.
Yeah.
Even in today's generation.
The Miltank knows roll out, stomp, milk drink, and attract.
Oh, attract.
So if you have anything that's a male Pokemon, it'll just attract it right off the bat and you're fucked. It has milk drink, so once you finally do hurt it, and if Whitney hasn't used her 2 revives, it'll just milk drink and heal itself. Roll out, which does more and more damage the more it hits you, and then stomp. So if you do miraculously have a boy Pokemon, it'll just stomp you to death. So fuck you. And fuck you, Whitney. And if she was around before fairy Pokemon were a thing, she would definitely be a fairy Pokemon gym leader.
Hashtag what's fairy Pokemon? For me, is my love-hate. I love the evolutions. Actually, I have conquered Shield with a Leafeon. Not even that great at the EVs or the IVs.
Yeah.
Just well-trained and just...
I have a big soft spot in my heart for Glaceon, Umbreon, and Espeon.
I love Umbreon and Espeon for...
nostalgic purposes.
Coliseum.
Fuck yeah. Remember the one... What was it? The one where you steal Pokemon.
Yeah, that's Coliseum.
Is that Coliseum?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. It's so awesome.
Pokemon? Yeah. But Leafeon, awesome. And then I went to go fight my little brother. I got him into Pokemon, and he just whooped my ass. It was like...
destroyed your entire anus.
I want to build it up like it's the bottom of the 9th inning, and just we're about to go out with this Rayquaza versus a Sylveon.
Nope.
But no, it was the first fight. It was the first inning, and by the third, I was just like, I quit.
Yeah, his Sylveon destroyed you. That's your favorite fairy type Pokemon?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a favorite fairy type Pokemon.
Honestly, once you watch that thing go off, it's just sad.
I'm sure there's something, and I think it's from the Alola region, but I don't remember anything.
Sun and Moon is terrible.
I like Sun and Moon. I
really
appreciated them. The fact that they changed it up so much, it made me appreciate going back to the norm.
God, see, the thing with Sun and Moon is they tell too much story.
Not nearly as bad. Oh my god. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire ruined the remakes of Hoenn, because I stopped to stare at fucking ugly pixels talk to each other for way too long. A cutscene will happen and it's an hour later they finally shut the fuck up. I'm like, I just want to fucking hit you with my Pokemon. I just want to throw my Torchic at your face and fight you. Fucking fight me. Do you remember?
You had a Torchic? That was cute.
No, I usually
I started out with the Blaziken.
I usually go with my go-to is Trico. Trico's my favorite of the Hoenn starters.
But yeah, dialogue interfering with storytelling.
It's the thing.
It's called what?
Interruptions.
Expose.
I know where it started too. Because Unova, your favorite generation. In those games, it was actually done really, really well in my opinion. It's you and then your 2 friends. Your shit fucking friend Charon, and then your nerdy as fuck friend Bianca. And
Jimmy Simmons.
They stop and talk to you regularly. And because of that, you got to really, you felt for those characters. You were emotional about those characters. But people, I guess, at Nintendo misinterpreted, I care about these characters as I want to just nonstop people talking to me all the time. Kalos was definitely the worst. Because I remember, it's Parfum Palace, and I fucking hate that palace. And you run up, you're doing your fucking adventure, and you run up to the guy, and he's standing in front of the gate, and I'm like, oh, cool, I'm gonna fight you. You're gonna have like a Growlithe or something. A Growlithe and a Snubble or something, because they're guard dogs, I get it. I'm gonna fight you, and you'll let me into the palace. And he's like, no, if you want to go into the palace, you gotta pay me $200. I'm like, what? Not a Pokemon battle? I just have to fucking pay you to get into the fucking... Are you kidding me?
Those early Pokemon games, you definitely have to shell out some money.
There's actually a glitch in the... I guess it's not a glitch. There's a thing in the first couple of games. Red, blue, yellow, green. Maybe yellow got rid of it. But in those ones, because you need to get into the Safari Zone to find Surf, so you could continue on with the adventure. If you didn't have enough money, it would just, like, lock you in there. Because there was no trainers you could fight if you had fought everybody already, and you just spent all your money on something else. You couldn't get any more money, and you were just stuck there. So, I think there's another thing.
You told me this a few years ago, and I really want to go back and try it.
There's another thing you could do.
But also, I don't want to blow off the dust of yellow or red. That's where I add both of them.
I only had yellow. It's not great.
I found a blue version for $5, and I was like, that's too steep for me.
Fucking kicking yourself on that one, aren't you?
Oh, I'm dying.
It's,
If I die from cancer, it's because of blue version.
It's because of blue version. No, there's another one you can do. I think it's available in all of them. Because they did this... Do you remember when Twitch played Pokemon?
No.
Do you know what that is?
I know what Twitch is.
Okay, so what happened was...
sorry.
These people hooked it up, so every time someone in the chat said a direction, like up, down, left, right, A, B, X, Y, start, select, someone could say a direction.
Oh, they kept restarting it?
And no, what would happen was the character would...
That's what I would have done.
The character would move or do something related to that. So, it was a very long process, and it was amazing. They started out with, I think it was like a Charmander. They caught a Drowsy, they got Zapdos, and then they released all their Pokemon on accident. Because someone would open up the menu, and in trying to get out of the menu, they would just end up, like, moving up and down, and they got to their Pokemon, they just released all their Pokemon. One after another, just every single Pokemon they caught.
Anyways, we brought up how Are we on Gen 9 now?
Gen 8, yeah. So the next one will be Gen 9. We're currently on Gen 8.
Okay, Gen 7. Too much story?
Kalos, so bad with its story.
No, talking about Sun and Moon. So much story.
You're right, yeah.
A little segue back to what we're supposed to be talking about.
Yeah, right?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Garbage
I actually
eggs.
did enjoy, yeah.
Garbage
talk
eggs.
about what we want. Was that them going back home was fun.
Seeing Ed go back to Risenville.
I felt like it was necessary.
It's such a, when I first watched the series, it's such a punch in the gut. It's when he finds out that the thing he transmuted might not be his mom, and he's out there in the rain with Granny, and they're digging, and he finds just this lock of hair, tiny little thing. It's this, because they buried the thing they transmuted, and he's like, this is all I can find. And he runs over to this pail, and he washes it off, and he's like, Granny, my mom's hair is a chestnut color. This hair is black. And it makes you realize, like, everything I thought is wrong. It's not his mom. They didn't make his mom. Everything is wrong. And it just fucks, because you did all of that to bring your mom back, and it wasn't even your mother. You couldn't even do that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a weird episode for me, because I'm trying to piece this puzzle together, and I'm realizing damn things don't fit.
What's your theory about the end? You keep talking about it?
Oh, my theory? My theory?
Fury?
No, is that Ed doesn't make it, he doesn't survive, and he gives up his life to Al, and who's the girl, the rock bell?
Winry.
they live.
Interesting.
What's the rule of alchemy?
Equivalent exchange. What's worth the cost of a human soul, eh? That was something they asked in the beginning of season 1, right? What could equal the life of a human soul?
Yeah, I can see him. He's already prominent and very powerful.
He is.
But I've also noticed that he's not in, like, these JRPG
He's not
fighting games.
He's not in Jump Force, which I need to correct myself. Last time I said he's in Shonen Jump, he's not. Jump was a like producer, but he's not in Shonen Jump. At least Fullmetal Alchemist isn't in Shonen Jump, which I think that's how it's really confusing.
Oh, is it like DC and Dark Horse?
Yeah, I think so.
So, the way to technically term that is an imprint, which sounds like a bastard child.
It sounds like a fantasy thing. Like, I'm imprinting my power onto you, and then they get like half of your power, but something else.
You know, John Constantine, I love you, but I'm just not making the cut, so you're an imprint.
You're an imprint. It's so weird. But
never mind the movies and the shows that are made about you.
If what I read
Forget about it.
If what I read is correct, people want Ed as a DLC character for Jump Force, but I don't know. He's not in it currently.
It's a few years later.
Okay.
They put my guy in there, so I'm good.
Kaiba? Goku. Kaiba or Goku? Yugi? It's Yugi. Okay.
Yugimoto.
Last time you said you thought Mustang was a bad guy. Do you still feel that way?
No, I love Mustang.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You were so convinced he's a bad guy, and then the thing happens with Ross, Lieutenant Ross, Maria Ross, and you think he burned her up.
So
I was losing my shit because you fell hook, line, and sinker for what they wanted you to think every single fucking second of the way.
I ate the red herring and I said, "This is the shittiest sandwich I ever had."
You were ready to swear out Mustang like there and back again.
No,
like,
I did.
Like nonstop. You wanted to fucking destroy him.
I walked up and down the aisle, just going like, "No, F him."
And I knew, because I remember, because when I watched it before, I remember, and I had to fight so hard to hide it behind my eyes that she wasn't actually dead. Also, last time, you said that you thought Wrath was a good guy. How do you feel about Wrath now?
She dead.
Wrath? Not Lust. Wrath. Fury King Bradley.
Oh.
Wrath.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I know, the sins, it's
Sorry,
easy to get them mixed up.
They're usually next to each other. But,
like, some of them are easy, like Gluttony's easy, Envy's easy.
Wrath is the fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good guy, bad guy, up in the air?
Bad guy.
Interesting. At this one time, I was very up in the air. I'm like, it could go, because I was also convinced Roy was a bad guy. And then I was also convinced, like I don't know, anything could have happened in my mind.
Well, if you guys have been listening to even the Ruby podcast stuff, I don't even know that as a podcast.
I wouldn't call it a podcast, but
yeah, you hear me talk about Sith Lords.
Yes.
And obviously I love Star Wars. And it's hard for me to explain, but simply, that's not Anakin. I'm looking for an Anakin.
You're looking for your guy? A redeemable soul who you get. It is the thing where I get why you're on that side. I will say you'll find it, but I'm going to tell you where you find it. That's going to be my secret, as someone who's seen the series already.
That's fine. Where it ended off today, I was just really upset. Because I was like, that's the... Really? You're going to do that now?
Yep.
We just did the Evil Among Us. the evil within monster, and then you're just like, yeah, I absolve all of you.
In case you don't remember,
Dante's Inferno.
In case you don't remember where the second opening ended for Fullmetal Alchemist, Ling and Ed and Envy are stuck inside of Gluttony. And Al is bringing Gluttony to Father. And Mei Chang... Mei is bringing... She's bringing Scar down there with them, following behind. Because she's trying to get Xiao Mei back.
And if you guys are really bored during these troubling times...
So troubling.
No, honestly, they really suck.
It's when they call them unprecedented. I'm like, fuck you. You can use a better word than that. Don't use a fucking 7-syllable Scrabble word on me.
Hey, you said don't bring in politics.
No, we can't do that. People will hate us if we do that.
But, no. Even just going out today to Walmart, that was scary.
It was. I was afraid. Like, in the middle of the parking lot, I told you, you're going to want to put your mask on. Because Walmart is packed, there's so much disgusting people in there.
The guy who helped pull out the cart from the area.
Top Hat guy. Shout out to Top Hat guy.
I would tip my hat, but it was in the backseat.
He had a top hat. It looked bronze. Like, almost like a cosplay hat.
Honestly, it was burgundy.
But it was lovely. He was lovely because he was very kind. He helped us out. And shout out to Top Hat guy.
He got the front door and he just did this, I don't know if you noticed, just like mime panic. If you can imagine a mime just panicking because they can't get in. And then just walked back out.
Yeah.
And he walked right by us.
He did.
And you were like, what's going on? And I was like, yeah, you can't get in because it's state law.
Yeah, he needs to wear his mask now.
Never saw him again.
I think he went on to be a superhero.
He was a superhero.
Hashtag Top Hat guy. Fullmetal Alchemist. There was another thing. Okay, so Lan Fan.
What's that?
Shut up. Okay. She cut off her own arm. Were you expecting that?
No.
I definitely fucking didn't.
I thought she was gonna kill him, the prince.
I thought she was gonna kill herself. So he had no other option than to leave her there. Because the trail of blood was what Bradley was following. Because she was bleeding because of her injury from gluttony. And I'm like, she's gonna kill herself. So Ling will just drop her because there's no reason to keep her around anymore. So I was freaking the fuck out.
She took her arm. I expect her to come back with a... What's that? Auto chain?
Automail? Ed did say he had a great engineer he could recommend. Winry holding the gun up to Scar when she found out that he killed her parents. That freaked me out. When I was watching it, I was like, she's gonna go down a dark path.
Well, I was wondering, like, why is there no prequel series about this war?
I really... Because
you
meant...
Ishvala versus the...
Amestrians.
Amestrians, yeah.
I really... Because you mentioned that while we were watching, and now I really would like to see... I don't know her name. The mangaka. I would love to see her go back and address the Ishvalan War, like, as a deeper... But because we address a lot... We're only on the second season. We've already stressed that's not really a season. But we still have 3, 4, and 5, so there's 3 more to go through. We're not even halfway through this yet. And we do address a lot of it. But I do wish we would go back to see more of the Ishvalan War. But I love it. It's so... Okay, as an artist and a cinematographer and a director and editor and everything film inside of me, I'm so jazzed the way they did it because it's just... Everything is black and white except blonde hair and blue eyes. And then Scar wakes up from his injury and he looks over at the rock bells and all he sees is blonde hair and blue eyes. And you understand immediately why he freaked out and killed them. It's just so clever and smart and great color theory and great directing, and I love that moment. It's one of my favorite moments. Because Al has it too, but we don't see it very often. Ed has gold hair and gold eyes. But Winry has blonde hair and blue eyes, just like her parents did. And just that thing of that war and just blue eyes, an army of blue-eyed soldiers. That's all you can think of when your entire nation has red eyes. It just really, it just made me realize a lot of things about war.
When she was about to pull that trigger on him, Ed got in the way and stopped her from it.
Mm-hmm.
And Scar gave her his fight. Which we've never seen this character actually do.
He reminded me of Kimberly. That's his name. The psychopath with the tattoos on his palms. Kimberly.
Yeah, but he also saw that Ed is a good guy.
He did. He realized Ed was very similar to his brother. And you caught that, right? That his brother gave him his own arm to save his life.
Oh, yeah. It was brutal.
It's fucked up. Scar went through a lot. You can understand why he's full of hate and anger.
I knew he wasn't going to die. But I can also see him being in the final fight.
Really? Interesting. I'm not gonna say anything. No spoilers from me. Is there any specific scenes or anything you wanted to talk about?
There's only one thing I really want to talk about. I'm not looking to cut this podcast short or anything, but the girl and the dog.
Oh, Nina.
Yeah.
Nina and Alexander.
I mean, I talked about it last time, but like,
going
going back to it.
You didn't expect them to bring that up so much this time, did you?
No.
It's actually, I didn't expect it either, and it's actually a huge talking point between the Elric brothers and other people whenever alchemy's, I guess, moral compass gets questioned. Because they remember
It should fucking be.
They're trying to save their bodies, but on the other hand, a little girl and their dog got merged together inhumanely. And it gets talked about, honestly, a lot throughout the series.
I'd like Scar for the reason of he killed the father because he deserved that.
Yes.
And I absolutely agree with that.
100%.
And he killed her for mercy.
I also agree with that.
But also, the Elric brothers, I see their side too, where that was their friends.
And they fought their hardest just to bring their mother back. You know, they're going to fight their hardest to try to, like, find a way to save
Didn't they
Nina.
leave her alive because they were like, we can go off and hopefully change this?
Yeah, their
hopefully.
Their hope was to find the Philosopher's Stone so they could come back and save them.
It was like a forklift where it drops a pallet off and then it just kind of tilts away. Like, maybe I could just come back later to pick that one back up.
And it's like,
you know what I mean? That
it's like that
metaphorical sense of...
It was like that guy we saw in Walmart who had his pallet with boxes just tumbling off the side as he tried to get down the aisle.
Oh, God.
That poor rookie. Yeah, I totally get it. Like, it's fascinating because I didn't expect it to be that important in the long run. Because I mentioned earlier, Yoki gets introduced in this season. And they cut Yoki out of the first season of Alchemist Brotherhood. And he had this whole, like, thing where he was had, like, a pyramid scheme and there was gold involved. And he was making, like, coal look like gold. Which is what everyone wants with a Philosopher's Stone. And it was fascinating that they cut him out. But he plays such a pivotal role from this point forward. As one of Scar's and Maze's, like, companions in their adventure. But he just kind of comes out of nowhere.
What I understand about the study of alchemy here in reality is that you can take certain elements or any elements and make gold out of them.
That was always the thing. That was always what they wanted.
This is a crazy idea, you know? And I think the closest we ever got to it was if you take coal and you pressurize it,
you can make
diamonds.
a diamond, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
Superman does that.
He does. And it's a naturally occurring thing. That's where we
Bring it back to DC. Y'all rep DC?
I mean, even, like, clans will do that. Right? Like, they'll take just dirt and grime and crap, and then they'll just pressurize it and then make a pearl, and that's where pearls come from.
Yeah, and what it is it's a grain of sand. So imagine their tongue, right? The meat that we're eating.
That clam tongue thing.
Yeah, it's a grain of sand underneath their tongue. And because it's so frustrating, it's really irritating.
Uh-huh.
I hate sand. It's coarse.
It gets everywhere.
Bring you back to Star Wars. Anyways. It's so irritating that what they do is they keep sending out this sort of substance that surrounds it to try and get it out. But they don't. And it gets stuck in there. It's a very certain special...
It doesn't happen often. And that's why pearls are so rare.
Yeah, they keep wrapping their saliva-esque thing
the saliva and the dirt combined and the pressure.
No, but in the center is actually that sand grain.
Yeah.
But they're trying to get it out and they make a pearl.
It's weird that humans looked at that and went, that is fucking valuable. And
it is pretty valuable. It's so hard to make.
And in the clan world, it's like a really big irritation on their lives. It's crazy to me. So
maybe in the future, AI robots can fix wedgies.
Who knows? So Fullmetal Alchemist. This season is weird, because a lot of it is introducing just the Shingi's characters. Like Ling and his 2 attendants, and then Mei and her panda.
I like the prince.
Dude. At first I find him annoying, but Ling very, very quickly, like, I start to love his character.
I didn't see anyone giving the fear as much trouble as he did.
Yeah, he's voiced by Todd Havercorn, who is a renowned voice actor. You'll know him from many, many things.
Like what?
He's, off the top of my head, I know he's Italy from Hetalia. Is there anything more you want to talk about? I guess it doesn't have to be full metal. We spent the first, 10 minutes talking about Pokemon.
I know, I really want to get back to it. I'm not going to lie.
Pokemon? Well, let's talk about Pokemon. We'll have this a Pokemon Fullmetal Alchemist podcast. How about that?
Okay.
I'll have it in the thumbnail and everything.
Well, it's garbage eggs, so I'm going to talk about what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk about the election.
No, God! Please, God!
I'm kidding, guys. I'm not going to do that to you.
But
if you want.
Do you want to talk about Pokemon Cafe?
Pokemon Cafe, oh God. So we spent, I want to say the whole day, but I spent a little bit of yesterday working on it.
I've advanced further where you've been, and I started later than you. But I cheated. It's the Togepi one, and it is a tough level. After that, it gets way easier. I'm not gonna lie. It goes back to being very easy.
I gave up. I deleted it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I went off to go read this book. If you guys like zombie books, when I was in high school, zombies were a whole thing.
World War Z?
Yeah, World War Z and the Survival Guide.
Mm-hmm.
You read the Survival Guide and then you read World War Z and...
You really deleted the game?
I did.
Honestly. I like it just for the puzzle element.
Anyways, his name is Max Brooks. Check him out. He's fun. He's not too crazy literary nonsense.
Yeah.
He's actually a lot of fun. You don't have to be that crazy with
Pokemon.
I was going to give a shout out to, who was it, De-Evolution?
De-Evolution, yeah.
I think that's what he's trying to say.
It's
It's spelled wrong.
The only reason I know about it is because they talk about it in Digimon a lot. And I watched the first season of Digimon all the way through, and I watched most of the 3rd and 4th seasons all the way through. 2nd season sucks. Not gonna lie. 2nd season is really fucking lame. And it's really bad because they have, who's Yamayugi's voice actor?
Green.
Dan Green. Dan Green's in that season, and he can't save it. It's very boring.
Did they get a shot of your ass?
And I pull another monster card, and another monster card. Talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Of course, you all know that. If you know Yu-Gi-Oh!, you know Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
Great show. It's actually the best way to watch that.
It really is. It really fucking is. Pokemon. What were you saying about it? You deleted it.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to say about Pokemon?
Pokemon Snap.
I'm dying on the inside because I'm so excited.
Oh, man.
I can't believe this. It's been 10 years. I'm a 25-year-old woman. It's been 10 years since I've wanted this game. And it's finally fucking happening. Over 10 years. It's been 20 years since I've wanted this game.
Yeah, bring in that Nintendo 64.
Yep.
And plug in that cartridge.
Classic. That clunk.
Thick cartridge. Yeah, with that click.
You gotta
need that click.
And then you turn it on and it doesn't look right. You turn it back off and you pull it out and you blow it. Slap it on your knee and you blow it. My mother had this crazy fucking contraption which I'm pretty sure wasn't good at all. It was like a stick with a cotton thing at the end of it. It was like designed to clean your cartridge. Basically. But it was like flatter and thicker. And we used it a couple times and we got to the point where we're like, I don't think this helps at all. I think it's making it worse. So we stopped using that thing. But yeah. Fucking those cartridges. So finicky. It's such a simple, easy, fun, good game.
Yeah, no, I mastered it. It was awesome.
I remember the last Pokemon, I found all of them except for one, and I couldn't figure it out. What was the last Pokemon I was missing? And it was Muck, honestly. Because what you have to do is, there's a Grimer, if you throw 3...
It's in the caves, right?
Yeah, if you throw 3 of those, like, pester balls at them, the poison will get into them and they'll become Muck. And I didn't know that. And it pissed me off that it's something so simple, but they never told me at all. Like,
no, they don't tell you.
Never even hinted at it.
It's like that weird...
I'm sure they're trying to make Poliwags evolve, staring at Squirtles.
That fugly flower in the water, rain, tropical...
Vileplume.
Yeah. But I was trying to describe the level.
Oh, the
and
rainforest. Yeah.
You play it enough times, you get the flute, and then you play it, it'll come out.
Yeah, and she'll dance for you, and the Snorlax will also dance for you, so you can get a cool shot.
Like, you can summon Lapras.
Yes. Lapras is cool, because what you need to do is, you can't do the flute, it won't work. What you need to do is, every time you see a Lapras, you just need to take, basically, the entire level, you need to stare at the ocean, and wait for Lapras to pop up, and take a picture. Because apparently Lapras is super vain. So every time you take a picture, it'll get a little bit closer. And by the time you get to the point where the Kangaskhan is there, near the end of the level, Lapras is right there next to you. And if you do it right, there'll be 2 other Laprases behind it in the background. And it gives this amazing Lapras bonus. And I'm dying to play the new one. Because I honestly own Pokemon Snap and played it to death. Because it was amazing. I'm so fucking... Zapdos is here. Oh my god, that's a legendary. I'm like a 5-year-old and I don't understand anything. But that's a legendary. And there's another legendary. That's a Moltres. That's amazing. And I'm just... My mind is blown because I'm having so much fun looking at Pokemon. That's all the game is just looking at them and making them look cool. It's cool because there's not a lot of Pokemon games nowadays, I feel like, that play around with different elements of the Pokemon world. Like, that's the thing I have with Pokemon Unite. It's just Pokemon fighting each other again. But remember Ranger? Remember Pokemon Red Rescue Team? Pokemon Snap? Pokemon Hey You Pikachu? They took Pokemon and put them in a world where the goal wasn't necessarily have Pokemon battles all the time. And I miss that. And that's what I'm excited for with Pokemon Snap. And I have high expectations but low hopes.
My favorite part was just pelting a Charmeleon in the head with an apple. If you get it right, you just line that up and just go, hey, see ya.
Cha! Cha!
Smack that little bitch into the fucking lava and he comes out like a Charizard and you're like, we need to go. A little faster.
The game, you could beat that game in an hour if you know what you're doing. Maybe less than an hour.
Yeah.
But I'm really hoping for the sequel. It's a lot longer than that. I always hoped for basically that game times however many generations there were. So we're on Generation 8. So that game times 8. So the first I don't know, 7 levels are in Kanto, the next 7 levels are in Shoto, and just go through the generations over and over again. But like I said, high expectations, low hopes. I don't want much. I want a lot, but I don't think there's going to be a lot. So I'm going to cut my expectations. Like, that makes sense, right?
They announced Unite and then it announced Gun version.
Pokemon Gun.
Fully locked and loaded.
I really hope the Tundra one is more fun. I just want more Galar versions. Like, I've heard that Isle of Armor has a lot to do and it's really fun. That's cool, and I like that. I appreciate that.
That's only the wild area.
But also, all the wild Pokemon. You know what level they're at in the wild area? 80. It expects you to have beaten the game before you go to this region, and I think that's a little disappointing.
I beat both of them.
But still, it's like, imagine, like, if... Sorry, you're like a 4-year-old starting a new game.
Oh.
There's this cool DLC. I want to check that area out. Everything's at level 80. Fuck, I got the hiccups.
Okay, anyways, for you guys who are listening, if you like the Pokemon Talks, we can definitely do a separate channel all about it.
Separate podcast.
Well, it will still be part of it, but if you want to hear about Pokemon, we can talk about Pokemon.
Yep.
We can go on forever about Pokemon.
If you want to hear about, like, our reactions to, like, new news in the video game industry, we'll totally talk about that stuff too. But it's still garbage eggs, so expect us to take a couple tangents, you know?
Right now we're focusing on Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Okay, so, alright, final verdict, Full Metal Alchemist. Did you like the second season? Second arc?
Yeah.
Yeah? You excited to see more?
No.
No? Why not?
I know it's gonna end badly.
You don't know that. Who knows what's gonna happen? Who even knows what's gonna happen?
Our plan is to finish Full Metal Alchemist. Right?
You said One Punch Man. That's what you said last time.
Yep. Next one's gonna be One Punch Man.
Woo!
Ugh.
Come on, I know you'll like it. That's the thing. I know you'll like it.
I didn't even want to watch this.
But you're liking it. You're enjoying yourself, aren't you?
It's okay.
Oh, you're a liar. I can see it in your face. You're a liar.
And then, we want to do, I guess, now a Pokemon one?
We want a lot, I guess. Just anything. Garbage eggs. Anything we want. There's a lot of fun things happening, guys. We're excited. And we're excited to hear what you have to say about all this.
And for sure, it will definitely run into the next season of Ruby.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, we would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on anything we talked about. Pokemon or Full Metal Alchemist. Which, I know it's a Full Metal Alchemist podcast. Pokemon's fun, alright? Shut up. Any of your thoughts and opinions, we'd love to see them in the comments. And anything else. I hope you tune in for the next podcast. We're having a lot of fun. I hope you are too. And I'll see you on the next one for the end of Season 3, or Arc 3, of Full Metal Alchemist. Or maybe something else, depending on how the release order turns out. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Bye.
Bye.